Good day everyone, my name is Corey and welcome to the channel. So if you've watched some of our other videos, you would know for several months now that we've been cleaning up our up north off-grid property. We've had to cut down some trees. We've had to clear several acres of brush and saplings. And now we're starting the process of cleaning and prepping for a prefab cabin. So up to this point, the only tools that we've really used has been a brush blade on a gas string trimmer, 16-inch Echo chainsaw, a Predator chipper shredder, and 2 Craftsman tractors. So right here behind me is where we're actually going to be sticking our cabin. It's going to be roughly about a 12 by 30. And as you can see, we do have some brush that we are dealing with, and we can get that with a brush blade. Unfortunately, our big concern is going to be these larger pine trees that are right here. We do plan on taking out at least 1 or 2 of them, possibly 3, but the other ones that we're not going to be taking out, I needed something that was small and lightweight so that way we could take out the lower level limbs on it, so that way we could walk around the cabin without any obstructions. So I already have a Makita powerhead. This is the 18 volt times 2 XUX01. I've actually done a review on this. If that's something you're interested in, I'll go ahead and leave a link at the end of the video here. So since I had that already, I went ahead and decided to go ahead and purchase the pole saw for up here. This is going to be the 10-inch pole saw. This is the newer model. Model number on this one is going to be EY402MP. This is the tool only. This is an expensive piece. Of course, all the attachments for this, the XUX01, are pretty expensive, usually $200 or more. Anyways, this was about $200. I bought it off of eBay. I think they wanted $219 on Amazon. So I saved myself the $20 and it was still free shipping. Had to wait a little longer, but that's okay. I normally don't do unboxing videos. I'm not crazy about them. But this didn't come assembled, so I figured I'd go ahead and take this out of the box and show you exactly how it comes. And then we'll go ahead and assemble it and then put it to use. So let's go ahead and get this box opened up and see what we got inside. Now I have already opened it and threw away some of the plastic bags and so on and so forth. But this is basically, you can see how it comes. What you got, your shaft along with your drive unit here. It does come with a wrench and screwdriver. Obviously an owner's manual. Comes with a chain guard, the 10-inch bar, and also the chain, which is made by Oregon. Alright, so everything's out of the box now. Just an FYI, I did look up this chain on Amazon with this part number right here, and unfortunately that part number did not pull up on Amazon. However, if you take the MA off, it will go ahead and search for it and you will find it. I believe the Oregon replacement part number is an R40. This is a 3/8 inch pitch with a 40 link chain. So if I'm not mistaken, it was right around $13 for the replacement chain. So let's go ahead and get this thing taken apart here and get it assembled and get to work. First thing you want to do is take off your chain guard cover off the drive unit there. Take your bar, you're going to line the bolt up with this here, and your adjustment pin, which is connected to this screw here. You're going to want to put that in that hole and then put it against the gear drive here. Obviously you're going to want to put your chain on. Remember, when putting your chain on, you want the chain to, the splines here, to face forward. You can wrap that around there, put this in the bar here, put your teeth in the bar. If I can get it here. There we go. Alright, we should be all lined up. Your chain does spin this way. Go ahead and get the cover put back on here. Leave that nut a little loose until you get your tension for your chain adjusted. This one's actually pretty good where I got it here. And you're going to want a little bit of play in your chain. That's about right here. And then you can finish tightening this nut down all the way. All right, we'll throw our guard on there for now. Then we'll get some oil and get the bar oil filled. All right, so one of the things Makita wants you to do is get the chain started to get lubed prior to use here. Got that turned on. We're in speed 2. They say you should be able to see oil flinging off the chain. I didn't see any oil flying off the chain. However, I did take the chain guard cover off there, and it did have oil coming out of it, and the chain is kind of greasy. It does take a few minutes to get it going. So before we get started, let me give you a few specs off the box. Makita claims that this will move the chain 3,740 feet per minute. They also claim that it'll make 150 cuts on a 4x4 cedar post with 2 5 amp hour batteries. That I'm not so sure of. We'll have to see how this works out. The bar is obviously 10 inches, like I said before. The pitch of the chain is 3/8 of an inch. The total weight on the pole saw itself is going to be 4 pounds, and the overall length of the pole saw is going to be 45.5 inches. They also stated the overall reach when attached to the proper power head is going to be 7 feet. So let's go ahead and get this thing over to the woods and get some branches cut down, and we'll see how this thing works out. So since it's pretty hard to do close-up shots on a tree, I'm going to go ahead and, I got a little pile of wood here that I'm going to go ahead and cut a larger limb and see how that works out. I know I ran into a few limbs before where the power head actually shut off, so I'm wondering how thick a branch these will actually do. Well, that seemed to go okay, but I can tell you one thing, you definitely don't want to press down too hard because it will stall out on you. So this is where this pole saw is going to help me out quite a bit. In areas like this where the brush is so thick in front of the larger branches, you guys, you can see back there, I'll need to get to those 2 branches back there. And all this brush in front, and then I can reach up also with the pole saw and do these areas here, get those top branches out of my way first. That's where it's really going to shine, in my opinion. So as anticipated, this is where that pole saw really shines. And this really heavy, thick brush where you need to reach in to cut the main stumps and stuff like that. I was able to cut this in a very, very short amount of time. And some of it's pretty thick. This one here is probably about 4 inches. Got a couple over here that are 2-3 inches. There's probably another one. There was one in here, I think, that was 5 inches or so. But anyways, this is where that pole saw really shines for me. And for the $200 I spent on it, this made it worth it, because this would have took me forever with a gas weed trimmer and a brush blade. So that also has its place, but this is obviously much quicker at taking down the initial brush, and then we come in after that and clean up the rest. So would I buy it again? Absolutely, I would. I think it's a great product. I did have some faults with it. Had some problems with the power head shutting down on me. Don't know why. There is a little bit of a learning curve to using it. If you put too much pressure on the blade, that's when I noticed the power head was shutting down. If you don't pressurize the blade as much, obviously it's not going to overheat and shut down. I think that might have been what was happening to it. But anyways, it was a learning curve. I learned how to use it a little better, and I haven't had any problems since. So if you plan on buying one, just make sure you know that there's a little bit of learning curve to using it. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get this place cleaned up a little bit more and get back home. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, please go down in the lower right-hand corner of your screen there. There's a DFL icon. Just hit that and you can subscribe anytime you're ready. If not, no big deal. I appreciate you watching. Thank you all very much, and have yourselves a fine day.